Hello children and welcome to this session. Children, in the previous two sessions we have learnt about one of the very important needs of the human body, which was food. Now right next to food is another important need, which is to cover our body. So we wear a variety of clothes. We have different clothes for sleeping, different clothes for going to a party, different clothes for going to a school. Even adults, when they take up different professions, a doctor, a nurse, a lawyer, engineer, army man, all these people have got a different attire to wear, which is known as their uniform. Now, where do these clothes that we wear come from? They come from little tiny fibers. You must have seen sometimes when a collar or a pocket is tearing off from your shirt, you see threads coming out. So what are these? These threads are made up of very tiny fabrics which are woven together to form the fabric. And then this fabric makes your clothing. So let us understand in chapter number 3 the process of going from fiber to fabric. Now we all know that early man or the early humans did not have any clothes. They used leaves of trees, animal skin, etc. to cover their bodies. But thankfully over the years we have become very self-reliant and we have understood the concept of fibers. Now children, these fibers are of two types. The first type is known as natural fibers. The examples of natural fibers are cotton, silk, jute, hemp, wool, flax and coir. These occur naturally and they are taken out with different processes. Now out of these there are plant fibers and there are animal fibers. Let us first understand the plant fibers. Let's look at this video to understand how we obtain cotton. Cotton is obtained from the fruits of cotton plants called cotton bolls. Once the fruits are mature, the cotton bolls open and cotton can be seen around the seeds. Cotton seeds with cotton fibers are removed from the cotton balls by hand. They are taken to a ginning plant where the fibers are separated from the seeds by combing. The process of separating cotton fibers from the seeds by combing is called ginning. So children, this fabric that is obtained from cotton has got wonderful properties. Number one, it is light in weight and it is soft in texture. Number two, it is porous in nature and hence it allows water to get inside. So that is the reason we wear cotton clothes in summer, so that they absorb the sweat, which is why cotton becomes so important in summer season. Coming next to jute. Let us again watch a video to understand how jute is made. Jute is a plant fiber obtained from the stem of jute plant. In India, jute is cultivated in the states of West Bengal, Assam, Bihar, the low-lying areas around the rivers of Ganga and Brahmaputra. Jute requires hot and humid climate and high rainfall during the growing period. Its seeds are sown in March or April. When jute plants grow up to 6 to 12 feet in height, they bear yellow flowers. The plants are cut during the flowering stage. After harvesting, the stalks of the plant are tied up into bundles and left in a stagnant pond water for about 20 days to rot. After 20 days, the fibers are separated by hand and are left to dry in sunlight. These bundles are sent to mills where they are spun and woven into textiles. Jute again is a wonderful fabric and it is biodegradable. That means it can decompose easily. It is more environment friendly as the process of making jute fiber requires lesser natural resources. Jute fibers have got high tensile strength and low extensibility, and they can also absorb moisture. The next set of fibers that we are going to study are obtained from animals. We all know that wool is the most important fiber that is obtained from animals. Which animals? It is obtained from sheep. It is also obtained from llama and yak, which live on mountains. Now don't worry. The process of taking off the wool from the animal's body does not require a lot of effort. How? Let's see. So you can see that the sheep's body is covered with fleece. In the summer months, when the sheep is already feeling warm, this wool is taken off from the body with the help of a razor. This process is known as shearing. Now after shearing, what do? They clean this wool that they have obtained, because this has got a lot of body oil and a lot of stuck pollens and dung and many things stuck to it. So it has to be cleaned, it has to be sanitized. After that, it is drawn into fibers and then it is dyed into beautiful colors to give us the woolen clothes that we wear. Now what are the properties of woolen clothes? They acquire a larger volume in comparison to other fabrics. Because of this, they retain the heat very well. That is why they become very important in winter season and in cold weather. Children, right after wool, let us study about silk. Now, silk fiber is believed to have originated in China. And the story of this fiber is very interesting. It believes that a cocoon which contained a lot of silk fell into a teacup, and when it was tried to remove, the thread did not stop. So one cocoon contains meters and meters of silk thread. So the silk moth or the silk producing insect is a very, very interesting insect. As we can see here, the silk moth lays its eggs on top of mulberry leaves. When these eggs hatch into a caterpillar, they feed voraciously on these mulberry leaves. And after feeding and feeding, they convert themselves into a cocoon. They spin a cocoon around themselves. What exactly is this cocoon? This is silk thread. Now children, to obtain this silk thread, the cocoons have to be boiled so that the pupa inside is killed. And then, just like cotton and jute, this thread that is obtained is dyed and used for different fabrics. Now silk is very shiny and smooth. It is lightweight and breathable. It maintains itself after being stretched, and clothes made of silk have low absorbance, so they dry out completely. Now all these that we have studied were natural fibers. Talking about synthetic fibers. Synthetic fibers are like nylon, rayon, polyester. Why are people now moving to synthetic fibers instead of natural fibers? Reasons are, synthetic fibers are stronger and they last longer. Number two, they are wrinkle free. That means they require less maintenance. Number three, the problem is that they do not absorb sweat. That is why they become very uncomfortable during summer season. Then they can be blended with natural fibers like cotton to improve on these problems. So children, synthetic fibers are also very, very economical. In this chapter today, you have learned so much about the second basic need of human beings, which is clothes. So you have learned about the synthetic and natural fibers, and you have learned how these fibers play an important role in our lives. So I hope you're ready to answer the questions at the back. Thank you.